What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Third and Very Long. I'm your host, Rich Krinnigan, joined by my co-host, Tyler. Tyler, the 2021 NFL Draft is in the books. We have our new golden boy, and according to all of the news, his hot mom.
That's true. Can only be only a good thing when you have a hot mom. But no, it's a. I felt like personally, I gave the Jets an A- grade. I thought that was where they were headed. I liked the aggressiveness. I liked him being a little off towards and being defensive towards the end of the draft. But I think solidly, I give him an A-. What would you give him?
I give them around the same grade. I know we were texting a lot during the whole draft, like that whole weekend. We were just blowing up each other's phones, mainly because for the first round, I was actually watching the second pick from my car, waiting for my intramural basketball game.
True.
So,
but at that point, I guess we knew. I mean, we knew, but we didn't know. I mean, at this point, we were like, okay, Zach's our guy. I'm cool with Zach being our guy. And I'm right now, the way Joe built around Zach, I'm even more excited to see what Zach can do. And
right.
I think it could be something very special. What do you think?
I think so too, and I feel like they had the right approach with building around him this year. They did what Adam Gase and McGagnon were supposed to do with Sam. Poor Sam, he's probably gonna kill it in Carolina, but unfortunately, he had Tweedledee and Tweedleduh building around him,
and that's generous.
Yeah, and that's very generous.
But I think, Sam, we just got to let Sam do Sam. If Sam succeeds, okay, Sam will succeed. If Sam doesn't, I still think Zach Wilson brings a whole nother aspect to the game. I think his arm is stronger. As much as I love Sam, Sam's never had that deep ball ever. And Zach is outstanding with the deep ball.
Right.
And, I mean, as you could see with our picks in this draft, Joe wanted to build around Zach, and I think he did.
Yeah, and going back to Zach, I know a lot of people had concerns about BYU's cupcake schedule this year, but Joe Douglas had it perfect. Zach had no control of the schedule, same way Steve McNair didn't have control over Akron State's schedule when he played there. I didn't even know what university that was until he said that. I had no idea Steve McNair did that, and he was a great quarterback for the Titans back in the day.
True. I mean, these guys. The thing about Zach is he's elevating himself and elevating everybody else around him, and that's what you have to be a good quarterback, to be a good leader. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, he also has a little bit of cockiness.
Cockiness, but it's not like it's not Aaron Rodgers cockiness.
No,
it's that rookie confidence. And maybe it'll grow, it'll turn into something, but I think it's like the right type of confidence right now. And coming into New York, he's not overzealous. He's not over. Oh, I'm gonna do this, win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. He's pacing himself. Like, you haven't seen him come out and make big demands.
He did promise that we were going to get there.
He promised we'd get there, but he's not Rex Ryan. Next year, Super Bowl. The year after that, Super Bowl. No. Let's build it with him, and let's build it with Rob, and let's just do it his way, and let's run.
Yeah, all gas, no break.
All gas, no brakes. Hearing the conversations between Rob and Joe and the players is like... It was like I was getting goosebumps. It's electric. It's like this is New York Jets brand of football that we've always wanted. You know?
Yeah, and that was another thing too. That I'm glad you mentioned the phone calls. I thought that was something interesting this year that they added, because my favorite one was Xavier Collins' phone call with the Arizona Cardinals. He was like, "Steve, we're gonna fucking kill everyone." Yeah. I was like, "Oh wow."
Well, Xavier and I really did want.
I liked him too, but I think he's gonna be good. He has that bulldog mentality. But we have those. We have one of those in Blake Cashman.
We have Blake Cashman.
Maybe he could blow up in this system.
CJ will. I think CJ. We're gonna see. The brand, CJ Mosley's brand of football, we're going to see that brand come back and be excellent, because he's been nothing but excellent.
I mean, his first game with the Jets was like the best 3 quarters I've ever seen a middle linebacker in the New York Jets since David Harris. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But did you have a favorite pick of the draft? Like, anybody jump off the board besides Zach? I think both of us texted each other. We're like, yes, we got him.
Official,
it's locked.
Yeah,
it's locked. But anybody else jump off the board?
Yeah. So I thought this was also a big steal of the draft. I thought Michael Carter in the 4th round was a big steal. Yeah. 3rd round talent falling to us in the beginning of the 4th round.
I mean, I think I heard Joe saying he was round 2. Like, round 2 was where he had him graded.
And he was more productive than his running mate, Javonte Williams, who the Broncos got in second round.
Didn't they trade up for him? I'm pretty sure they traded up.
I think they did too. So. And looking at Michael Carter's just like production at North Carolina, his last year he had 1,500 like over 1,500 all-purpose yards, 11 touchdowns, averaged 8 yards per carry. He was just a complete unit. Really patient runner. Really likes the whole zone blocking scheme, which works with a West Coast system.
Exactly, it's perfect. It
So-
fits LaFleur's system exactly what he wants. He wants those zone. He wants his guys that would be vertical. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? Not to say we were missing it from the running back room, but it was something that we didn't have a guy like Ty Johnson's a bulldozer. Like Perrine is a pass catcher. He's elusive. Like we didn't have that guy that brought it all together.
Like a third down, like 1 to 3.
But everything.
Yeah.
But like he could do. Like I could see him being on first down. I could see him being there on third down. I could see him just being that hybrid back, and with maturity, I could see him becoming a starting running back.
Yeah, I could see him becoming a starter too. I wouldn't say right away. I would say around like maybe week 4 to 6, around there. Maybe he can start. I wouldn't say full time, like splitting the bulk with Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, true.
In the back.
So I mean, well, you saw the 49ers last year. They used how many running backs? I mean, it was impossible to gauge them in fantasy because Jeff Wilson was getting 3 tubs, and then the next week it was Tevin or it was Jarrett McKinnon or
when Mostert came back from injury.
Exactly. We're naming 4, and I'm sure there's like another 5 guys we could plug in there that had touchdowns. So that's load up that RB room. Let's go. Let's see it.
Let's run the rock.
Let's run the rock. And I think my favorite pick, I've been talking about this for weeks. I know I texted you. I know I texted a bunch of other people. Elijah Vera Tucker has been my guy this whole time.
AVT.
He's by far, I think, the best lineman in this draft. I respect to Sewell, respect to Slater. I think Slater would be number 2 on that list. But AVT, when the Jets... I've been saying, I hope he stays to 23. I hope he stays to 3. And we're sitting there and we're like, the Jets traded up to 14 in Minnesota. I'm like, this is it. Let's go. He's going for AVT. And you know what? I'm so happy he did. This guy he's 21. He's turning 21 in June. So he's started 31 games at USC at guard and tackle, combination of both. That's unheard of for a guy that's 20 years old, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's something that we need. That's going to be our Quentin Nelson. That's going to be our bulldozer. And if anybody wants to try and stop the run on our left side,
good luck.
Good luck, because that's just going to be a mall central. And I think with these Elijah, I think this becomes like McGovern gets threefold better because a guy like him is on his left. We'll have to see. The right guards will have to bully each other out, figure it out. And I like George
Maybe
Font.
Cameron Clark.
Maybe he got the nod this weekend by not, Joe didn't draft any other interior lineman, which we were like, whoa. But I'm okay if he trusts Cam Clark. He trusts the guys in the room. Honestly, I think between Alex Lewis, Van Rotten, and Clark, we can find a good stopgap in that right guard and have someone serviceable, and everybody will get better. Remember, these guys are gonna. Becton is only 1 year out. Fant it was his first year with the Jets. They're only gonna get better, and I'm sure that Saleh's staff is gonna put him in the right position.
Right, and an interesting thing about AVT was he's number 1 ranked guard in the draft, but he was also a top 5 tackle in the draft too.
Exactly.
So that's his versatility is insane, and I feel like that was a common theme with the Jets was versatility. We want people just to be all over the field, no matter where, making a play. And I feel like they went there in the second round with Elijah Moore. I wanted Tevin Jenkins, and I texted you that, and then you were like, "Don't worry, no, this guy's a baller." And I saw his tape, and
it's scary. His tape is actually scary. I watched the Giants pick Tony, and I was like, okay, interesting pick because Elijah Moore is still on the board.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Tony's tape was really good. I went and I looked at Tony's tape, and then I went right back to Moore's tape, and I was like, oh my God. Why didn't the Giants pick this guy? Maybe it's just they liked him better in interviews and stuff, but Moore is crazy. And the fact AJ Brown's coming out, he was in tears. It was I'm so happy for Elijah. This guy was a clear first round talent. And you saw it on as soon as they got up to that pick,
they were so happy.
Boom.
Yeah.
He's still on the board? Oh my God. Gun it for it.
I haven't seen a pick go in that quick ever. It was as soon as Jets on the clock, pick is in. I was like, okay.
But that's their guy, you know. That's it seems like at least the first 4 picks up to Michael Carter. Like Joe attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like those were people that were. I know when he said he traded up for AVT, he was saying like AVT was a top 10 player on his board. Like if he called a bunch of people. He was actually on the Michael K show yesterday. And he said he called a bunch of people, and Minnesota was kind of the only one that was willing to move back to 23. Nobody in that range wanted to move back to 23. They wanted someone in that range.
Right.
So Minnesota thought that would be okay, and they could drop back to 23, and they wound up getting Darashaw. But that's like that just shows like he was being aggressive in that moment to go up and get the guy he loved. He full blown love. Like he thinks like this is the next like all pro guy.
And I believe he has a potential too. A lot of analysts do. And we had a lot of interesting picks later in the draft. Was there any that really caught your eye or attention?
Well, I think with the last. So the first 4 were offense, and the last 6 were defense.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay. Like I think what they're trying to do.
They all look like DBs, but they're not.
They're not. Yeah, everybody was a DB / linebacker / like. I didn't really know, but as it came on and I did a little more research on these I saw that some of them, like the guy from Auburn and Florida State, I think they're both going to be hybrid safety linebackers. I think that it's going to fit Saleh's scheme, that will kind of role that they're kind of still trying to figure out. And plus, we don't know about Marcus May. Joyner was 1 year so load up that DB room and let the dogs fight, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that was like a good move for Joe, like, and for Rob. But one of the most interesting picks was this kid out of Kentucky, Brendan Eccles, if I'm saying this right. He's really small, runs like a 4.25, but the thing is he played in the SEC. He's been the starter corner for Kentucky for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. He's a starter. He literally plays against the best competition. And he's fast and athletic as hell. So he's one of those guys that he's going to make the room. He was a JUCO guy too. So he's really made a name for himself. He worked up from the bottom. And I think he's one of those kids that's just going to like be dog mentality, want to play for Rob, going to bust his you-know-what to get on that roster and make that room. And that room is pretty, not dry, but like...
Young.
Yeah, there you go. Young. So I think that like... I think any guy that like has that dog mentality is gonna make it out of that room.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you brought up corners because one thing I really wanted the Jets to do in the 4th round was to trade up. Marco Wilson out of Florida. I love this guy. He's 5'11", 43-inch vertical, 4.37 40-yard time. Put up 26 reps on the bench. He's 5'11", ball hawk, goes sideline to sideline. He didn't have the best year at Florida, which is why his stock fell. Because originally he was like a 2nd, 3rd round guy, but then he fell because he wasn't that productive at Florida. Mm-hmm. But however, I feel like with the right coaching, he can really be like...
Where'd he go?
He went to Florida.
No. Where'd he get drafted?
Oh, he went to the Cardinals like 7 picks before
right?
Supposed to pick.
I actually remember sitting there, and it was like the pick before that pick. And they were doing a special on Marco Wilson, and I was like... That's weird. They're doing a special on him. I was like, oh no, he got picked because we were right next, and I remember like you've been talking about him for a while.
Yeah, I put out a tweet saying if we get Michael Carter and Marco Wilson in the 4th round, Jets win this draft, and then we were 1 for 2,
but I mean you can't do anything about them.
Right,
7 picks ahead. I'm sure he was on the board, but you never know. But anyone interesting for you from the draft that you thought was cool?
So the draft, no, itself, but however, the draft goes past just those 7 rounds. Undrafted free agency, really big. That's where a lot of gems are hidden, but they're really hard to find. And one gem I really like was Kenny Yeboah, the tight end out of Ole Miss.
Yes, that's a good one.
He played at Temple. He transferred to Ole Miss his last year, but his 4 years at Temple, he matched those stats in 1 year at Ole Miss in that explosive offense. So that shows that he has the potential to really like be something. He's more of a blocking tight end from what I've seen in his tape. He lacks that kind of burst, which is why I feel like a lot of teams are more hesitant to draft him. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we don't really we have like a lot of athletic tight ends. Like when Chris Herndon's healthy, he's a receiver.
Athlete, yeah.
Ryan Griffin's an all around kind of guy.
And then Daniel Brown's kind of in between. I don't know. I think they're just trying to beef up that room because Herndon is
injury prone.
He's injury prone, and I don't really know what he is. He had a really good rookie year, and now it's like I don't really know. So beef up that room and just see let the best man win. I like that. I mean, there's a lot of undrafted free agents that we saw. You know, it's funny. You actually texted me like a week before the draft, and you were like, "There's this kicker that's like doing these ridiculous trick shots and stuff. I think the Jets should give him a shot."
Oh,
and
yeah,
you know
the YouTuber.
Yeah, and now he got a shot. I don't know if you saw it, but the Jets gave him a shot. Chris Nager from SMU, the kicker with all the trick shots.
No, I was talking about this guy on YouTube. His YouTube name's Destroying.
Oh, Destroying.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Chris.
Oh no,
But okay, so then maybe I was off on that. But we did get a YouTube kicker that kicks like 73 yards, and he's like ridiculous. He went to SMU, and we gave him a shot. So he was kind of like my undrafted free agent type guy that was got. And then there was one more undrafted free agent. His name Parker Ferguson, big tackle out of Air Force.
The tackle. Okay.
The dude's been starting at Air Force the past, I think it's either 2 or 3 years. And he's like one of the best run blockers in all of college football. I'm like, okay, sure. That's what I want on that's what I want on my team. That's like a picture perfect undrafted free agent that I really liked. So I think they're young, you know, and I think it's a healthy room, you know.
Right.
It seemed like most of these guys, everybody that the Jets picked, played last year to a degree. Not many people opted out. So, like, the Jets really went after people that are, like, not to say they didn't play last year or gave up the season, whatever. Like, they got dudes that, like, are nitty-gritty, like, get down to it, like, push through. And I think that's, like, exactly what Joe and Rob are portraying. And I think it's insane.
Yeah, I agree. And just hearing them talk about how excited they were at the opportunity. And I saw on Twitter that when Elijah Moore got drafted, Zach Wilson retweeted something.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, let's get to work. And then you already had those two coming together with big AVT, who's just an absolute unit of an offensive guard.
I mean, it's just these guys are already, like, loving each other. You saw Michael Carter talking to other Michael Carter.
Right.
Like, it's so funny.
You see this Spider-Man meme with the two of them looking at
each other?
Oh, yeah,
looking at each other. Funny. That's my favorite meme whenever that happens. But it's true. I mean, these guys are already tweeting at each other. Yo, what's up, bro? Like,
yeah.
I don't think there was much of that ever in the past with the Jets. No. And I think it starts with Rob. I mean, I was saying before about Rob on the phone talking to people.
Yeah, he just brings that energy.
It's crazy.
He rubs off on you. I got excited.
I got it, yeah.
I actually got teary-eyed when hearing, like...
When he had made that call, I think it was to was it Michael Carter or was... No, it was Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore.
The Elijah Moore call was like... I, like, replayed it multiple times because I was like, wow, this is... amazing. Like, all gas, no... Like, when he says all gas, no brakes, I'm like, let's go. I'll run through a wall right now. Where are we going? Rob, I got you.
Yeah, and Joe, the trade, the move up was perfect. We didn't give up too much. We essentially gave up what the Seahawks gave us in our third-round pick to move up 9 spots.
Basically. No, I was talking to my friends about this. The Bears moved up 9 spots. Yeah. And they traded the first, a fourth, and a fifth. The Jets
and their first next year too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They traded they swapped the first and traded a first. The Jets moved up 9 spots, traded their first and basically a third, like 2/3. I was like, wait a second, where's the math there? I'm like, did the Vikings just get swindled that bad, or was it just like
I did hear rumors that the Vikings were looking at Justin Fields.
Really?
That's why when the Bears traded up to get him,
they got out.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they took Kellen Mond with our third. No. They had the second round pick. They used our third round another time. But it was like, I didn't mind Darashaw as as a prospect.
Mhm.
I don't think he's even in the same stratosphere as AVT when it comes to
No, yeah, I don't think so either. And going now, we had a really good first 4 rounds. We know those are the rounds that more talent is normally comes
all
out
those
of.
guys. I mean, we already know Zach and AVT are going to be immediate
Starters,
immediate
impacts.
starters. I think right now I could see Michael Carter being the number one running back for the New York Jets week 1. I could see it, and I could see him being great. I really can. Just because as much as I like Tevin, and as much as Ty Johnson's been doing well, I think that they're gonna just give him the nod and let him run. Like, obviously, I think Tevin will probably be more of a third down type role, but I think I'm not gonna stamp it with Tyler's approval right now. Maybe on a couple once I see off-season program and stuff, but right now my prediction is Michael Carter will be our starting running back week 1 for the New York Jets.
See, I would also agree with that if we didn't have Tevin Coleman in our back in that group. But him coming from the same offense that they're implying this year, he already knows the playbook.
Literally.
Not that much from the pickup. He already knows the speed of the NFL. I feel like he's just going to get the start, and then Michael Carter's going to slowly take more reps from him. That's the only reason why I'm saying Michael Carter's not going to start till week 4 or the week 6 around there that time. But yeah, no, I agree. I think Michael Carter will be the feature back in New York Jets by at least week 4.
You said week 4. Okay, cool. So I say week 1, you say week 4.
Right.
If it's either scenario and he's the starting running back, he's doing well. You and me are happy. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's all that matters. And just going back, looking at this draft, looking at the whole AFC division as a whole, they all drafted well.
They did.
That's not
except
good for us.
Except for the Raiders. I thought the Raiders had.
I mean, the AFC East.
You're saying just the AFC East?
My bad. Yeah, the AFC East.
I thought. I don't know.
The Bills kind of threw me off with the 2 back-to-back pass rushers.
Yeah, but they just lost Shaq Lawson and I think someone else they just lost. But that's where their strength. That's where the strength of what's his face is getting old. Oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Hughes. Hughes is on his way out, and he's their premier pass rusher right now. So I understood why they did that, but the Patriots do not scare me at all, and I don't know why.
It's because I feel like everyone is. I remember I was texting you. I was with my friend in the car who was a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
And he was the whole thing with Mac Jones was, we got the next Brady. We got the next Brady. I was like, what makes you think? But the thing is, how are you going to compare a rookie quarterback that you never seen play to the greatest quarterback of the most winningest quarterback, probably the greatest quarterback of all time, in my opinion.
No, in my opinion, I think
a lot of people argue.
Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady is too.
Football player of all time.
We're Jets fans. We're just screaming Tom Brady's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he's done what no one else can do.
Yeah.
It's just on the table.
I honestly think he could go back and win 8.
Yeah, he probably 100%.
I think he get 8 before he retires.
Yeah, no, it's just
scary.
it's respect at this point. It's Tom Brady has not done what say what you want to say about whoever, whatever. No one's done anything that Tom Brady's done, and it's fact at this point. But the Patriots don't scare me. Cam Newton doesn't. I think Cam Newton's going to play this year. Mac Jones is going to. They're going to find out that that Mac Jones is not the brightest of the bunch, and I'll tell you why. I did a little research before the draft.
I thought so. I heard it's a little snippet of someone saying that he might have a photographic memory.
No. Oh. He's gotten a DUI before. He's gotten in trouble with the law before.
Oh, shit. Okay, we're getting the cold cases.
Yeah. And the reason why I found this out is because that I was looking up I was comparing. I want to say Trey Lance, I want to see Justin Fields, and I want to see Mac Jones. I went back to their history. I went back to their high schools. I went back and I saw that Justin Fields had offers from Yale and Harvard, and Trey Lance had offers from Cornell. And they were just both academic studs, both good guys, on and off the field. Justin had a little bit of problems at Georgia, but I mean, we kind of knew it. He was kind of butting heads with the people at Georgia.
Right.
And then I went to Mac Jones, and I was like, wow, I found out that he had a DUI when he was younger, and Like, he made his way. He, just, fought his way back into it. Like, he was behind Tua. He was behind Jalen. Like, and he just overcame it all and just got the starting job at Alabama, and it kind of all went away. So, he's not the brightest of the bunch. There's a reason why Kyle Shanahan did not pick him.
But, by the way, can we just go back real quick to how I called that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, 100% you called that. 100% you called it. But there's a reason why Kyle Shanahan did not pick him. Because Kyle Shanahan is the prototype offense for Mac Jones. If he thought Mac Jones was successful at what Mac Jones is good at, like, it's a perfect fit for Kyle Shanahan's system. Mm-hmm. So, if Kyle Shanahan came to the conclusion that he would take on a fly Trey Lance, who's played 16 games, and he could develop him instead of Mac Jones, who's been elite this past year, I trust Kyle Shanahan's decision over that.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I also liked how surprised Trey Lance was when that pick came in.
Good, he's humble. I mean, I think the 49ers did it the right way.
Right.
Actually, I should take that back. They did it the right way, but in the wrong order, if that makes sense. They should have never traded all that capital without doing their due diligence first. They traded that capital, a couple months ago.
Before they made a final decision?
Yeah, and then they decided they were going to make a final decision. So for me, as a logistic person thinking, I'm like, you want to do due diligence first, and then figure out if Trey Lance is worth giving up half your future to get, or Mac Jones to get, or Justin Fields to get. They did that, and then they said, I'm happy with 5 evaluations of quarterbacks. And it's like, I don't know if that's the best way to go about it, because before they went to pro days, they made that trade.
Right.
They made that trade, I think they did it at the pro day, or at Zach Wilson's pro day.
I believe there's another reason why they probably made the trade. They were probably under the impression that we were going to trade down Keith Darnold for some reason.
Oh, maybe they were.
Because we weren't committed yet.
We didn't commit to anything.
We didn't commit to anything, so I feel like they had to pull the trigger before someone else did. Okay. Because you got to think there are a lot of quarterback needy teams. A lot.
They gave up a lot. I don't know. Whatever. Well, hopefully it works out. I think Trey Lance. I think he's going to sit on his butt for a year at least.
Yeah, that's smart. That's good.
It's genius.
That's good.
Smart. It's smart. I think.
Look what happened when Pat Mahomes did.
Exactly.
Not saying he's the next Pat Mahomes. Everyone else compares all these rookie players to.
I know.
I feel like every one of them got either a Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, or Pat Mahomes comparison.
Every single wide receiver was Tyreek Hill. I was like, come on, guys, relax. Jalen,
I liked Elijah Moore's comparison of Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Jalen
Waddle is not Tyreek Hill. I'm so sorry. If anybody out here thinks that they are similar, they have a similar style. They're explosive, but all wide receivers are explosive. It's not. Jalen Waddle is not close to Tyreek Hill. I'm telling you that right now.
I think he's gonna be good. I don't think he's gonna be Tyreek Hill level good. Tyreek's so athletic. I watch his YouTube videos, and he's dunking on people tall 6'7" people taller than him.
Tyreek is a different athlete,
different breed. He's
different breed, exactly.
He's I think maybe negative 0.0%, 1% body fat.
Yeah, but Jalen Waddle is not. I mean, maybe in his future he can get there, but Jalen Waddle's not close to that. And
right.
I didn't really like the Dolphins draft. I think if we go back to the AFC East, I didn't really like the Dolphins draft either.
I like the Jalen Phillips pick. I feel like that was the safest path. Not really. I thought it was a steal from where he fell, because if Jalen Phillips didn't have all the injury problems, he would have easily been the best pass rusher in this class.
But the thing about him is his injury problems are detrimental injury problems.
Yeah, I know.
That's the issue. It's if he gets hit on the head one more time, he's probably done.
He's definitely going to forget his Social Security.
Yeah. So, but I think the steal of the draft was the Giants getting Azeez Ojulari with that 50th pick. That was I'm sitting there, I wanted them to think about him at 11, trading back, and thinking at him in the 20s range. I thought they were going to trade back and get him at 20, but they sat back, and I thought that was a great pick.
They kind of flip-flopped, because Azeez should have landed around where they drafted Tooney, and then Tooney should have ended up where they were like
Well,
early second or like late first.
Did you hear about Urban Meyer and Tony? Urban Meyer said he broke down because the Giants picked Tony before he could.
Really?
Yeah. He was so upset.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I can see why they drafted Etienne, but at the same time, it's like you could have brought in Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I don't know Jackson. I don't know what Jackson.
Poor James Robinson. Hey James, if you want to get released and come to Gang Green, we can always use another running back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a mauler.
Yeah.
That's the type of... I mean, as much as Ty Johnson is that, I would love to upgrade that.
Mm-hmm.
But... you could play... I mean, it's like Chris Ivory. When Chris Ivory was here with the Jets, he was plug in, and he was, ridiculous.
Right.
Chris Ivory was so dirty with the Jets.
Right.
So we kind of need someone like that. I mean, but I think Ty Johnson can low-key fill that role.
No, I feel like he could, too. I also feel like... I don't know. Michael Carter has some beef to him too.
Me too. But he was overshadowed by Javonte.
Yeah,
Javonte
he
was that guy at UNC.
Which I still don't understand why Javonte got drafted higher. I understand. I could see the reasons, but at the same time, it just doesn't make sense production wise.
You never know. It could have. I think the Broncos.
Got them confused.
No, no. I think it all has to do with when they talk to them,
right.
I think it's more of that type. I'm sure Javonte just had a better vibe with.
He was probably
Vic.
an English major.
No, he's probably a better. Yeah, exactly. He went to the Broncos, so he probably had a great interaction with Vic Fangio.
Right.
While Michael Carter didn't.
Why did he draft a running back when he had Melvin Gordon?
Yeah,
I don't
because Philip Lindsay went. I don't know.
But they were like, all right, Philip. Yeah, I mean it'd be more money for us, so go. They could have.
Yeah, Philip got no money. I don't know, but I think the Jets had a solid draft.
I think so too.
Like I said, A-. I'm super happy, and it's just all gas, no brakes at this point, right?
Right. No, I agree. And a thing I forgot until recently is C.J. Mosley's back.
Yeah,
this
right,
year.
bro. We have an elite. Knock on wood. We have an elite level linebacker.
Yeah.
Once again.
And he's going to be in the center of this new revamped front seven that's going to have Quinnen Williams, who you just see about his foot. Yeah.
But he'll be back, I heard.
Yeah. Then we got Carl Lawson. We got Sheldon Rankins, who, by the way, one of the analysts called Sheldon Richardson. I was like, oh, TBT.
You're like, no, please don't. I think he's a free agent now.
Yeah, I think he is too. And then we got Franklin Myers, too.
Bro, the defensive line is beefed up crazy. I'm gonna say right now, my second point of this pod, John Franklin Myers will have 8+ sacks this year. 8+, at least. I would like to say 10, but I think we're gonna go with.
How many do we know how many he finished with last year? Was it I think it was
5 or 6.
Yeah,
4, maybe 4 or 5. But Ulbrich and Salah's defense kind of do a lot of. I mean, that's why I got Vinny Curry. That's why we got these guys
right
for rotation. They're super high on rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
making sure no one's gassed.
Make sure no one gassed.
Yeah.
There's no reason that at the in the third quarter, if John Franklin Myers is tired, Vinny Curry can't come on for a whole quarter and just disrupt everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You need gas to go all gas.
You need gas to go all. So last year he had 3 sacks. I think this year he'll have 8+.
Really?
It's going to be the John Franklin Myers.
I think
outbreak.
he's still young. I think around the 5 to 6 range. Okay. I think Carl Lawson's going to be a double-digit sack.
I think Carl Lawson is going to free up John Franklin Myers.
Oh, that's smart.
That's what I'm thinking, because I think automatically when you're playing the Jets, you're going to pinpoint Carl Lawson.
And now Quinnen Williams, because he was close to being a double-digit sack guy.
That's what I'm saying. And if John Franklin Myers gets a single team, if Quinnen gets if any of these dudes gets a single team, I'm giving them the nod in that fight.
Right.
Every time. I mean, unless it's an elite tackle coming in. But I think it's totally fine.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm also happy to see that Joe Douglas's next priority, now that undrafted free agency is done, is working with Marcus May to get him back long term, because he had like the best player rating at safety, I believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got the I'm pretty sure he got
top
the
five.
Well, he
yeah.
got the MVP
for the team.
and I mean, he had an insane year, and he was
Yeah, he had the butt interception. We had the
Yeah.
butt fumble and the butt interception. So
You know us, the Jets are just so
we're ass
great.
men.
We're just
We're-
Don't say that. No, that's not us. But no, I think it could be. I think it could be strong if he gets a good deal. I don't think hopefully he's not asking for too much money. But I think that's good. That's his priority. That should be Joe Douglas's priority.
Right.
Get him locked up, and then please bring in a veteran corner. For God's sakes, bring in a veteran corner. If it's not Richard Sherman, the Nelson guy from the Steelers, just bring in a veteran corner to at least help these guys.
right.
Because if you bring in any guy that has 5+ years, he's the oldest guy in this room.
Right.
By far.
Yeah, Bless was a 23-year-old rookie coming out. He's like 26 now.
I
So.
don't even think he might be 25. The Jets corner room is young. Like the New York Jets, I just think that if they get a veteran presence that can help Marcus May kind of like teach them, because they're going to be playing a lot of like the zone scheme where you're gonna see a lot of what we never really had. Greg Williams never did this because he did zero coverage and stuff like that. Is you're gonna see half the field playing zone and half the field playing man, or a combination of you're playing two safeties back, this guy's free man, and then you have different stunts along the line. It's gonna be you're gonna see the defensive scheme that Saleh and Ulbrich are coming up with is going to be like something the Jets have never seen. It's zone, especially the last 3 years, because this is like it's zone driven with just they kind of like to keep 4 men going on stunts with occasional nickel corner blitzes. And it's going to be nothing that the Jets really have ever seen.
I don't think that I've never seen a Jets run, because I think they're like adapting to 4-3 this year.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a 4-3, so you're going to see like the will. CJ Mosley is probably going to sit in the middle and determine what he's going to do, and then you're going to see one of the hybrid linebackers come up, go back. They both go back. They play the zone. You have a safety come up. There's so many like different schemes, and what's good is Saleh knows like he combines those schemes. Where Greg Williams, you rarely ever see somebody doing multiple things throughout a play, where it's like he can play man press or he can move back, play that zone, and the safety can come up and play a man press. You know what I'm saying? So it's like their defense is super adaptable, and it's gonna be something we've never seen before as Jets fans, and it's gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I can't wait. This year, what's your prediction that we go? Remember, it's 17 game schedule now.
No, wait a minute. I think, and this is my way too early prediction, is the Jets will go 8-9.
I'm predicting 7-10.
7-10?
Yeah.
I think I think 8-9. It depends on Zach. If
Yeah.
Zach comes out, and balls, I think the defense is going to be solid.
I mean, you already know I have my Zach Wilson jersey coming in. And I'd never owned a Jets, quarterback jersey before.
Really?
So, this is my first one.
I had to get rid of one of my Sam Darnolds, but... Okay.
I mean, I wasn't just never big on Sam Darnold enough to buy his jersey. It wasn't anything to do with him. I'm just not confident in USC quarterbacks.
That's fair. I mean, there's not many that have been super successful.
Besides Carson Palmer, and that's
I don't even know if we call that super successful.
I mean, 3 or 4 Pro Bowls or something like that.
I mean, at this point...
I think the Bengals kind of ruined him.
Yeah, the Bengals kind of ruined. So, I mean, it's exciting. I think we could be in a lot worse position. The Packers.
Right, imagine if they drafted Elijah Moore, then they wouldn't be in this situation.
Literally, that's all they had to do was draft Elijah Moore, and they'd be okay. They went with a corner.
Did you see?
Not even a corner, a track star corner. So not even the Stokes kid from Georgia. Mm-hmm. Great track, amazing track runner, blazing speed. Not that good at corner.
Did you see that Aaron Rodgers was talking very highly about this wide receiver who's gonna be the third guy on the team? I forget his name. I was watching the Pat McAfee show the other day, and he was talking about AJ Hawk, and he was like, Aaron Rodgers was like really hyping up this guy at the press conference. He goes, yeah, he's gonna be a great number 3 guy.
Jay Kumara, no. Kumara.
Yeah, I think he's in Buffalo now.
Yeah, he got cut, yeah.
And as soon as he said that, the next day he got cut.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't blame Aaron Rodgers, but he should have nipped this in the butt, like, not the day of the draft. You know, like, 2 days before the draft, he was like, I'm like this, or whatever. So, whenever he did it, it was like, that's not the time to do this, Aaron. I know, like...
Right, I feel like he did it, like, 2 hours before draft, because that's when I texted you going off about Dan Orlovsky, because I thought I was an idiot.
But Dan's just... You gotta remember...
He's
clickbait, though.
Yeah.
Dan is 100% all clickbait. He loves it. So you can't really get pissed off at him.
No.
Sometimes he does... I mean, it's hard to... it's hard for a guy who went... Literally was abysmal his whole career, trying to give you advice about a quarterback.
Right.
It's like you can't... I know you've been in the league. I know you understand some of the rooms. You were smart and talented enough to get there. But for you to tell me, like, this and this, I'm sorry. I'm not listening to you. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
He just has given too much. Like 2 first rounds this year, next year, and our first round in 2023. Like, who's you gonna throw it to? Rob Saleh? We're gonna have no weapons around him.
Yeah, I don't know. I guarantee that Joe didn't even pick up the phone.
But you know, it'd be a good thing to end this off on. Where do you think Aaron Rodgers will end up for the 2021-2022 season?
I think he stays in the Packers. That dude gets fired. The GM gets fired. A new GM.
I can't pronounce his name.
It's like
Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, literally, this guy is literally Doofenshmirtz. That's hilarious. This guy's just sitting up there. Aaron, no weapons for you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Perry the Platypus is who is...
Devontae Adams is Perry the Platypus. Just quiet but a beast, low key. But I think he stays in the Packers. This guy gets the boot. He gets a new deal. And then the Packers trade for somebody. I don't know who, but they trade for somebody. A receiver.
Julio Jones?
Nah, they don't have that. The thing about the Packers is they don't have the money.
Right.
Because they're public.
Right.
They're owned by the public. So they can't do that. They can't risk financials like that because you have to go to the board and blah blah blah, this and that. So I don't think it's going to be a big name. I think it may be smaller, like a Brandon Cooks type of receiver. Mm-hmm. Smaller, not getting paid as much. Like
and the Texans do need draft capital because they're in the freaking shitter. Did you see they drafted that Mills guy, the Stanford quarterback, in like Davis Mills?
Everybody should just run away from Houston as far as they can.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson doesn't have to do much running. He might get an escort.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on now. Like, the last thing I heard was like everybody was a liar. You know, like the lawyer proved everybody wrong.
If that's the case, then that's really scummy of people to do. But if it's not, then like
it's either one of the biggest scams of all time, or like Deshaun Watson's the biggest scum of all time.
Yeah, it's one or the other. Yeah. No matter what, it's an S word. So
because if he did it to one woman, then that poor woman is getting on blast because all these other women are faking it.
And she's being associated with all of them. And that's not fair to her.
Which that is like the worst case scenario, is that all these people are trying to hop on this case and trying to get their bag. But the people that actually genuinely
got affected by it sucks.
It's affecting them now.
It's awful.
Because always one woman in that case that's completely genuine, and now all of her being genuine is thrown out the window because everybody wanted this bag. They wanted to get on it. Or they could be telling the truth. Mm-hmm. So,
we won't know. We won't know.
And I just want them to figure it out so we can get on.
But going back to the Aaron Rodgers thing, I think he might end up on a different team.
Where do you think he'll end up?
I think Denver might make a swing.
That's what I've been hearing. I heard AFC teams only.
I heard Denver and I heard Oakland.
Yeah.
I don't know why Oakland.
Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, did you see him at Derby Day? He looked like he was there to assassinate Tom Brady.
Yeah, no. I think
Tom Brady looked like an 80s cartoon like villain with the little hat.
That's true. But Tom Brady, like, there's no.
Yeah, he can kick my ass. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. Tom Brady kicked my ass. No, but I think Aaron will stay. I like your 2 picks of him in Vegas, but
That or the Packers fans run Doofenshmirtz out of the building.
I think
With pitchforks and torches.
As you should, because they literally can.
Hucking cheese at him.
What is it? The wedge that they put on the head?
Yeah, the cheese wheel. They start chucking cheese wheels at him.
That's amazing. I love that. But overall, A- for Mr. Joe Douglas on the weekend. I think
good draft.
If any of these 6 defensive guys become like
rotational players,
great players, then
starters
it's like
too,
starters. Then it becomes a lock draft. But other than that, I think AVT can be that next premier guard, and I think Zach Wilson's going to be Wall Street Wilson and put on a show.
And that D tackle we got too late, or the D lineman from
Arkansas.
Yeah, I heard some good things about him. Yeah. I honestly think the same thing. I think if any of these, I think it was 6 defensive picks. If out of the 6, half of them become either a rotational player or a starter, win.
100% win. Because I think he took a fly on these last couple guys, but I think he took a fly on these guys simply because Rob was like, "Hey,
I can coach this guy.
I can coach this guy. I can make this guy." And I think that was kind of in their meetings. That's what they talked about, and that's why on day 3 they were like, "Let's just truckload of DB linebackers."
Right. Let's just get these sideline to sideline tacklers who aren't afraid of contact, and let's get them in here.
So A- grade. I think
I agree.
Us at Third and Very Long, we're gonna give the Jets an A-.
Yeah, and I think that's a good part to end off on today. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. We are Third and Very Long.
Yep. A plug-in on our Twitter is Third_Very Long. Ask us any questions. Ask us anything. DM us. Tweet at us. We're here for it.
You can also follow our personal Twitters too. I am at NotRichC.
I'm at TyVelosin34. Check us out. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yee.